everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOC Reader, and welcome welcome back to my channel. So I am here sitting in front of my bookshelf, which is an unusual thing for me, but we are currently participating in the time-honored Caribbean tradition of cleaning the house from top to bottom in preparation for Christmas. So downstairs is full of gifts and other stuff, and we're cleaning up, trying to switch out the bed sheets, all that, sweep everything, all that fun stuff. Like, it's just been days and days and days of constant cleaning and constant laundry, and I'm just sitting down to film this quick review video while I have a few minutes. So today I'm here to talk to you about Raiders of the Lost Heart, which I loved that wordplay. This is by Joe Segura. And I was super excited for this romance book. I just love the cover. I love the premise. I thought it would be a lot of fun. And I should have already known, like, so this is from Berkeley. Berkeley books tend to be hit and miss with me, and more miss than hit. And so I did go into this a little bit cautious, but at first it started out really fun. I was really excited. So we're following these two archaeologists, and they're on a dig in the Mexican jungle trying to find the remains of this lost Aztec legend. And so far, cool premise, fun. I thought it was going to just be over the top, which it was over the top, but not till later, and choices were made in this book, which there were a lot of choices made in here that I just really didn't appreciate it. So Corey, who is our Latinx archaeologist, she whines the entire book about wanting to be taken seriously as an archaeologist, yet doesn't move like a professional. And that was kind of weird to me. Like, you want to be taken seriously, but you're not moving the way you should. Like, first off, she agrees to go on this dig with Dr. Ford, and she hates him because he rejected her back in college and then stole her fellowship because he was sleeping with the daughter of the professor who was granting the fellowship. So she has plenty of reason to hate him. So that, like, but of course she abandons all that hate shortly into the book because she'd rather get boned by him instead. And I just, like, didn't get it. He's leading this dig, which is like her dream dig. She wrote her dissertation on this person whose remains that they're trying to discover. And he's using her dissertation to try and find the dig site. And she just agrees to go on and play second fiddle to him, hoping that he will get give her the lead title. And I'm like, what? And, like, his white privilege just jumped out the entire book, which just got on my nerves. Like, they had cute banter and stuff, but then he would do something or say something to piss me off. Like, just him using, like, her life's work was bad enough. We're supposed to feel sorry for him because his mother has cancer, and yes, it's very sad. Yes, it was sad that his father died and left them penniless, but that doesn't excuse how he operates. And I'm like, girl, get you a better white man than this. Like, I was just not vibing with Dr. Ford despite their chemistry, and, like, Corey got on my nerves. Like I said, like, so this book took the really white feminist approach. Even though the leading lady is not white, and that she's, like, complaining, oh, I'm not being taken seriously by my male counterparts, they only want to sexualize me, da 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 da. But then she's sexualized from the jump by the male main character, and, like, the author constantly sexualizes her and plays into the stereotype of the sexy Latina, and I didn't understand that. So you have her saying, I don't want to be just seen as a sexy Latina, but at the same time she's, like, we're reading about how she's walking around the dig site with her boobs all out in her tank top, trying to get him to see her cleavage. And, like, she can have her boobs out if she wants to, whatever, love your boobs. I'm not saying, it sounded like she had great boobs, so, like, kudos to her. But why are you having your boobs outside at work and you're trying to be taken seriously? Like, cover them shits up. Nobody wants to see your boobs at work, to be honest, unless you're working a job where you need to have your boobs out. Like, she's one of the only females there, and she's like flaunting around with her boobs out. We're reading about how all the men are looking and loving it. Like, the one female there is looking and loving it, and I'm like, this is kind of counteracting your, like, the feminist points that are trying to be made here. Again, there's nothing wrong with her having boobs, but like, there's a time and a place to have them out, and work wasn't it. And then, like, there's this weird pack too where, again, she's complaining about not being taken seriously, but then she apparently did a photo shoot for Archaeologist Digest, which had her rolling around in the dirt, playing up into like this sexy archaeologist image. And like, her best friend slash colleague says, like, for male archaeologists that this shoot was like a wet dream. What? Again, it was very weird. And then, like, she's having sex on the dig with Dr. Ford because she just couldn't wait to bone him. I'm like, ma'am, that's not professional. And then it ends up backfiring on her too. So, like, we're supposed to be like, well, she's a grown woman who can have sex with whoever she wants to have sex with, and who cares if everybody knows, and da-da-da-da-da. And like, what? Like, not saying that she's not a grown woman who can't have sex with whoever, but why are you having sex in your place of work? Showing your unprofessionalism, which, and like, we're supposed to believe that the community rallied behind this? Okay. Like, there was just like, and then like, it just wasn't fun. Like, it could have been fun, but it was just we were kind of like going through the motions of them trying to find the site for most of the book. And then towards the end, like, it just gets like really over the top cartoonish. And that just didn't mesh with how the book was flowing before, because then I'm just like, well, Ford is a dumbass, because how do you not do this research that you were supposed to do, and you work as a professor at Yale? And then that, like, by the end I was like, well, we were getting close to the end, I was just like ready for things to end, and then that part happened, and I'm just like, well, that happened. Like, a lot of choices were made in this book, and they just weren't great choices. Overall, like, I would read something again by this author, but nothing having to do with archaeology, because even, like, I read the author's note and I was so confused. Like, she said how she had a secret love of archaeology as a child, but archaeology is boring, so I had to make it, like, completely different and unrealistic to actual archaeology, because real archaeology is just like a lot of boring research, and you guys wouldn't appreciate that. So, like, I'm like, what? That also didn't make any sense, because I'm like, so you didn't portray archaeologists how they are actually portrayed, because you thought that would be too boring for readers, but you have a whole plot line about Corey not being taken seriously as a female archaeologist, but you don't portray her as a serious archaeologist. And, like, if you're gonna be over the top and, like, do whatever, be over the top the whole way through the book and just make it unrealistic from the beginning. Like, it just wasn't meshing for me. So that was Raiders of the Lost Heart. If you are going to read it, I think maybe reading, like, doing the audio might be better, just because this felt very, very long, and by the closer to the end I got very, very bored, and it took me a little bit longer to read than I thought it would. And like I said, there was just like a lot of mundane stuff, like you wade through as you're waiting for them to bone. So if you liked this video, make sure to hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!